Whew. Well, hello, good people. And Eagle and 49er fans, Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Ah, boy. It's week 11 in the NFL season. Cowboys haven't lost, at least not yet. And we play the Texans tomorrow night. You know, it is crazy. It is crazy how an NFL season changes from one to the other. You know, it's funny because what the experts always say or always do is they look at the teams that were good last year and they automatically will say those teams are great. They always look at the teams that are in the Super Bowl and they say that team's going back. At least the runner-up is. They did that with the Eagles. Oh, the Eagles, they'll be back next year. They're great, and everything else. And, they started out 10-1 and you thought maybe that was right. And then they literally imploded. San Francisco played a great game against Kansas City, and if it weren't for the coach not understanding the rules going into overtime, they might have been Super Bowl champions last year. But unfortunately, they missed their window. And I know I don't have any room to talk because my Cowboys, after having 3 seasons of 12-5, would be lucky to be 5-12 this year. Let's be real here. I think we've got Carolina and we've got the Giants left on the roster. Maybe we can beat them, but I'm not so sure right now because we literally have to be the most beat up team in the NFL. If there's somebody that's got more injuries than the Cowboys, I don't know who that is. I don't know how they're fielding the team. Be that as it may, it felt good. It felt good to see the 49ers lose today. I know my season has literally devolved into that. I'm just happy to see somebody else down here in the quagmire that is losing. And for the 49ers, who literally can be some of the most arrogant pricks out there, I'm glad they're getting a slice of humble pie. Now, I can't do anything about the Eagles trolls. They are literally going crazy all over me. And I find it so funny. But here's the thing I find this funny. I'm sitting here watching the game. I'm literally half falling asleep, okay? Because the game's, let's be real, they really weren't that exciting, right? It was nice to see the Steelers beat the Ravens. But let's be clear here. The Ravens, they win a lot of games, but how many times are they really that exciting? It's just like, Raven games, okay, yeah. It was nice to see the Steelers win another one because my brother-in-law is a Steeler fan and my good friend Richard, he's a Steeler fan. Remember, I got the black colored toilet that literally I had to order 4 times and 3 times it came in broken because he's a Steeler fan. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy that we got the victory at least over them. And I believe that's the last time we won. And it's kind of funny because I believe now the Falcons haven't won since they beat us. I think maybe the Saints finally, I think they did. I think the Saints might have won one today, which would be the first victory they've had since the Cowboys. So maybe it's only like a 5 or 6 weeks jinx. I don't know. Unfortunately, it didn't work with the Eagles, but that's another case in itself. But yeah, I'm very, very happy that San Francisco is at 5-5 because they got Christian McCaffrey back. That they're playing at home against Geno and everything else. And for Seattle to be in there and beat them, that really just made my day. I feel so much better about myself. Not about my team, but I feel so much better about myself. Because we still have Jerry and Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones, who just realized or just admitted that running the football and stopping the run are important. Not important enough to try and do anything about it, mind you, but they are important things into winning football games. So at least there's that bit of growth, I guess. And now we got Jerry Jones who's opened up the Pandora's box. And it's comical to me. And here's where I'm kind of weaving all around the place here, getting to a point. But it's comical to me that, the people at ESPN they automatically say, oh, San Francisco's going back to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are great. And so on. And not necessarily looking at all the teams that were there and saying, this team might be an up and comer. This team might be, better than we think or whatever. These same people will automatically take everything that Jerry Jones says and take it verbatim. Like when he says things that are off the wall, like, we're going all in, and believe it. So, because so much talk has been going on about Deion Sanders, you feel like Jerry Jones is trying to grab back the story there, because that's not the one that he's looking at necessarily, or the story that he created. It has to be about him. So he says Jason Witten. Now Jason Witten, I believe, if I'm correct, if I remember, he went back to his high school. I think it's Elizabethan High School, where his grandfather, the field is named after. The reason why I can remember that was in 2008, we went to the Jason Witten camp in Elizabethan, Tennessee, for his camp. Tony Romo was there, Terrence Newman was there, of course Jason Witten was there. I met his wife and saw his kids and everything else. And so I believe he's coaching there. Now, are we going to think that Jerry Jones is going to fire Mike McCarthy? Who, this is another great one here too. Oh boy. I think it was Mike Fisher was talking about a reunion of Aaron Rodgers, who says he wants to play one more year, with Mike McCarthy. Now, wouldn't that be a hoot? Because what happens is, a lot of times you throw people under the bus and you think, I'm going to move on and everything's going to be great to get away from that person. But then you realize you actually had it pretty good. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy can coexist, but I know when Micah Parsons came out with this whole thing, I said this, when it happened, when Micah Parsons was talking about Zach Martin and everything else, and he's put in more work than Mike McCarthy ever did, and Aaron Rodgers came to his defense, I said it's kind of funny that Aaron Rodgers may be having now, revisionist history when it comes to Mike McCarthy, that maybe it wasn't so bad with Mike McCarthy. And after going through everything he's going with the Jets, and looks at it and says, that guy was actually pretty good in comparison to what I have right here, right now, and maybe that might be the guy. I don't think that'll happen, but hey, what do I know? But it seems like a foregone conclusion that Mike McCarthy is gone, and I think Mike McCarthy would be happy to be gone. He's not exactly one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, and he's taken more shit than anybody else. And so now, I'm seeing Jason Witten is one of the top odds-on favorites to become the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Really? Really? Okay. People. There's a saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Get fooled all the time, it's by Jerry Jones and crew. Why do we continue to listen to what Jerry Jones says and believe it? Because we've been the odds-on favorites to get Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas, Jamal Adams, Nick Saban, What is the guy that was at Jacksonville? Dang, can't remember his name. Urban Myers. We were the odds-on favorite to get him. We were the odds-on favorite to get Sean Payton. Okay? The odds-on favorite to get DeAndre Hopkins. Derrick Henry. We're always the odds-on favorites for everything. Yet, somehow, we never get anything. Stop falling for the bullshit. Please stop falling for the bullshit. Yeah. Anyway, I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. And got to get up early in the morning and get back to the man cave. And we'll be live streaming from there tomorrow night. So I appreciate you guys. And let me say from the bottom of my heart again, shout out to all the people who ended up liking, commenting, subscribing, and especially those who become channel members, as well as people who actually purchased some of our donor bricks. I can't wait to get back here and get those set in our walkway. Wow. This season is going by so fast, even as ugly as it is. And we're starting the week before Thanksgiving, which means it's almost been a year that we lost Rashid. And going on 3 years that we lost Stuart Morrison. Where does the time go? Remember, good people. Remember, good people. Time stops for nobody. And none of us know how much time we have. So make sure you tell the people you love how much you love them. I did a video yesterday, and I did it for members only at first because I wasn't sure how people would take it, but I got a good response from people in the members chat, and I made that video open for everybody. And in that, I'm talking about prostate cancer, colon cancer, and things like that. Because when you get over 50, that's something that you have to worry about. They are very treatable if they're caught up early. And there's things you can do to prevent them. And so in that video, I was talking about some things that I've learned and so on about that. And if you're 40, 45, 50 years old, I hope that you watch that because some of the things I've learned have actually made the quality of my life better. And I want to make sure that, if it helps one or two people, then it's worth the effort of doing that because life is short. I appreciate you guys, and God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. One other note too, I am so far behind on my emails. I'm going to try to, so I could get up early in the morning, spend a couple hours driving home, and hopefully get my truck back. They were supposed to be finished with it yesterday, and I told them I'd pick it up Monday, but I haven't heard from them, so the amount of time they've taken at the dealership with this thing, I have no faith that it will be done tomorrow. And I guarantee I will not take it back to that Ford dealership ever again. Peace out, good people.